Anyway, guys, we got a big W here for Dokibird. But unfortunately, chat, this is where everything goes downhill. Because today, chat, we got to talk about the Twitch Rivals event that just happened. That's right, guys. So Dokibird was supposed to take part in the Twitch Rivals event, chat, which was with Marvel Rivals. Well, unfortunately, everything went all downhill here. So let's go take a look at what happened. Doki tweeting out, unfortunately, there'll be no Marvel Rivals Twitch Rivals tournament for me tomorrow. I had to drop out as captain because I was forced to cut to my teammates who had peaked eternity and above. Now, guys, if you don't know what that means, it's basically rankings, like your competitive ranking. I will explain all of this to you, the backstory here in just a bit. I made a decision to cut myself out because my teammates deserve the money and exposure more. I know this was a tournament that you Dragoons and I were really looking forward to being in for the last 2 weeks. I'm sorry. Doki was practicing like crazy, chat. There's a lot I can say, but I don't want to create more drama. I just want to stop being targeted for bringing a team that was with the guidelines and enforced to find replacements within a day before the tournament. You know what's crazy? I didn't know this was going on until Zentrea was talking about it. I was in Zin's stream and she was listening to Valkyrae and I was like, wait, what's going on? And I looked it all up. I was like, oh my God. So anyway, chat, let's keep looking into what Doki had to say about this whole thing. And of course, somebody, tweeting out her stuff over on YouTube. Doki saying, I was forced to drop out of the tournament, but me and someone else took it for the team. I'd rather get cut than my teammates. I'm crying it's for the best, but I don't need the Cotter money as much as my team. So why did this happen? Well, I'm going to explain it to you. But first up, I want to give you my thoughts about something really quickly. As a former tournament organizer, remember, guys, I used to work quite heavily in the Smash scene with a lot of my friends. I was part of Smash World Tour online. I mean, I helped so many people run events, and I've seen good events run. I've seen bad events run. You guys know I've run my Smash events. We run Rivals. I feel like I do a pretty good job on my events. And I like to be critical of myself, but I'm very happy with most of my events how to run. I can say that I'm a pretty okay tournament organizer. And I will tell you something, changing the rules the day before an event is 100% unacceptable, chat. Especially somebody as big as Twitch Rivals. This event, if anything, you should delay the event if you're going to change rules like that. Unacceptable. I will tell you, from my viewpoint, absolutely unacceptable what they did in this. This was unprofessional. This was wrong for them to do to all of these creators. Really, really fucked up. So anyway, let me give you a little bit of a backstory on why this is just like really, really messed up. So let's go check in here with Jake. And Jake's going to give you the TLDR here. The Twitch Rivals is under fire for hosting a Marvel Rivals tournament, which limited teams to 2 Grandmaster players. Okay, you have those rules in place. That's good. Then they switched it to 4. Now remember, chat, I want to remind you of what Rivals, Twitch Rivals tournaments are. It's mostly about like creators. It's less about like pro players. If they're going to make this, if they're going to up this to 4, they're basically putting creators with a bunch of pro players, right, chat? Which is very difficult because not all creators are pro level. You can't expect creators to always be pro level, right? So this became less about a creator's endeavor, right? It was more about professional teams fighting each other. Which, if that's what they said in the first place, that's fine. But they did not set those rules in place the first time. Anyway, the streamers complained. So a day before the tournament, they switched it back to 2. Twitch, what are you doing? What are you actually doing, Twitch? That makes no sense. Well, once again, like, streamers are not always pro players. Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. But the fact that they upped it to so high, again, if they want to do that, that's fine. But that should have been original rules. That's like me telling you guys. Let me give you an example. Okay, guys, so today, there's a there's a Smash tournament tomorrow. And all of you are going to play singles, okay? Sound good? Normal tournament rules? Let's do it. Oh, by the way, I changed the rules. In 12 hours, guys, now it's going to be teams with items on. You don't do that. You don't do that. You delay the event or you don't do it at all. That makes no sense. So because they did this, because some people wanted to win, right? They said, oh, I'm limited to 2 Grandmasters. Creators created their team. Now I got up to 4. So they're like trying to get good people on their team. And now I got, lowered again. Some people had to kick players off of their team. And so Dokibird took one for the team. So Valkyrae tuning out here. As Twitch Rivals always been the scuff. I was so excited to play into some of the last minute rule changes and not listening to the community is another level of unprofessional and unorganized I've ever seen. Absolutely. We also have here from Ogre saying for context, the upcoming Twitch Rivals had a 2-player limit. and they changed it to 4 for Grandmaster Plus. Now it's just a bunch of eternity sweats like us with over 300 hours stomping on streamers who are there for fun. And that's the important distinction, chat. Streamers are mostly there for the content side, right? Again, some of them are pro players, don't get me wrong, but streamers are there for more of the fun. You might have bigger streamers who aren't very good at the game, but they're just there to have a good time. And now you have all these big, awesome players stomping on them, And so then again, they changed the rules back to 2 people, and everybody's having to kick people off their team. Hey everybody, just a quick reminder, if you've been enjoying this video, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. It helps me a ton. Okay, back to the video. It's really messed up. So anyway, chat, let's keep taking a look here. Of course, Marvel Rivals, even a symbol tweeting out, what you just like a Boger was talking about this. But I also say at this point, it's more of a pro tournament, but a high-rated players will game and everybody else will be AFK. Again, that's why they did the 4 people. It's okay if they played it back to 2, but make that the rules in the first place. Twitch Rivals should be about content creators learning the game, competing and having fun. How are they supposed to do any of that if every game is a stop? 100% agree. And I wish I had clipped it, but Zentrea was talking about that she had a prior instance of this where Twitch Rivals said, "Oh, Zen, we want to invite you to this Halo event." And she's like, "Oh, great. I'm going to bring some of my friends that, I don't really play. Sometimes it's their first time playing." And then apparently, Twitch said, "Oh, by the way, we're going to invite a bunch of pro players all of a sudden." And so Zentrea had to, get stomped on by all these pro players because he was there under the guise that it was going to be for content creation purposes, for fun, not for a competitive actual reason. They should have made it where you have 2 Grandmaster players and everybody else should have been Diamond. That way the Grandmaster players could have coached everybody else and made it more engaging and fun. Kind of like the Jam Slam. Or now it's Coughing Baby versus Hydrogen Bomb. Exactly. So it's really unprofessional, putting people in these really bad situations. It's really f***ed up. So let's go take a look at Boger, who did explain more about this. I've explained why they were forced to remove Sukuna from their Twitch Rivals team a day before the event happened. And remember, guys, Twitch was the one who invited Sukuna in the first place. Yeah, Zen was pissed. You could tell.
They told us. We said we don't know. First, it's actually so stupid because we said, first the restrictions were 2 GM players. Everyone else plat. We said, okay, I found 2 plat players. They gave us 2 plat players as well. Then they lifted the restrictions.
What's up, Yevy? How are you?
To make it
very incompetent, very unprofessional.
4 GM players. So we just invited our gang. Had to kick out the 2 other players because it would just not be competitive if we just stayed with 4 plats. We played with Saikuno. I coached him. We did the scrim yesterday. 1 day before the tournament, they tell us Saikuno actually hit Diamond last season, so we can't have him. But it's funny because they invited Saikuno. So I would suspect that they did the check before inviting him. And they checked only apparently 1 day before the tournament. So that's great. So now I need a new plat player. I need to find a new player. And the time we spent coaching Sai is useful to him, of course. But it's just it was a waste of time. We could have done something else with our time, We could have...
Yep, same story from
the
Doki.
Scrim yesterday and everything, like with Wolverine and like all the ideas we had, just thrown out the window. Because now we need to find a new player who we don't even know what their player pool is.
Yeah, what they play, like
it's
all that
just
stuff.
So annoying.
It's really messed up, chat. I feel so horribly bad for all of these creators that are involved in this whole event. And honestly, chat, I want to make you a promise right now, because you guys know that I've been really into Rivals lately. I've been playing so much. I'm going to do my best to actually hold a tournament that is at least like professionally run, because this is bullshit. Of course, Valkyrae is, of course, upset about this whole situation as well. So let's go take a look at what she had to say about this situation. I mean, again, just really fucked up, in my opinion.
No! Sleepy, you're our pro! You're not allowed to be scared!
But he plays, he has not got off this game since it came out.
Twitch Rivals made last-minute rule changes and just fucked over all their teams, essentially.
Bro, they have
like this was not the call. I'm gonna be real, chat. Delay the event or just don't host it at all, or run it with the rules you originally had. But it's just not okay to make these changes like that. And really, you're undermining what Twitch Rivals is about anyway, in my opinion.
Whoa. I think giving Saikuno a little too credit there.
Do we actually think we have a chance or no? Because like we could just just rank up that day. Like I liked playing against Myth's team last night.
Like they literally have a pro on every role. We have a pro on 2 roles.
I'm gonna throw up. Like, which Twitch member do I need to talk to? Like, I don't understand how this happened.
No,
Like,
no,
I
no.
waited 5 years to play in a Twitch rival just for this shit to happen? Like, this is insane!
Dude,
Like, who
I'm
playing
not
this garbage?
Dude, I'm not even kidding. If you guys, do you guys want to see the messages that I
Yeah, I
sent
do.
them?
Yes, I
actually
do
do. I
want to
actually
see
do.
the messages. Be like,
Yeah.
Because I
whose
want to know if I would have.
Yeah, I agree.
idea was this? Like, I don't understand.
Dude, Ray, dude, let Ray have the
No,
app, please.
give me-
Ray will
Please,
convey what I
need
want to say to them
I
in a
wanna
perfect
see
manner.
the
She is so
logic.
mad, and I don't blame
I
her.
need to see the logic.
There
God,
is
I'm so
none. There is no
triggered.
logic.
I just don't understand it. Like, just say it's a pro tourney then at that point. Like, why even
Yep,
have people
exactly.
under Grandmaster?
Well, why would you just not run the tournament under the guise that it's a pro tournament? Is it creator tournaments or a pro tournament? Which one is it? Like, pick one and stick to it, Twitch.
Who
What?
is doing this?
That's insane.
I can't believe this. Who?
I feel like it has to be purposeful.
Twitch has so many issues. What the
Ray, save us!
No one
YouTube
organized.
rivals.
It's really
YouTube
like, it's really
rivals.
sad.
We're never having a YouTube rival. There might be a short rivals, though. I mean, that's their pride.
Shorts
So.
rivals.
Syke was AFK for most of the round. Yeah, well, we're going up against like 5 pros!
I don't blame her.
It doesn't matter.
Again, she's a creator. She's not a pro. She's not a pro, chat.
Could literally all be AFK and we would still lose. Like, oh my god, what the f? Like, oh yeah, there was a 5v6. What the f? Okay, you know what? I'm done. I'm done. I'm actually so done.
I feel so bad for her. I will say the one thing I like is how they organize the prize pool. What did they do with the prize pool? I'm not familiar with that. Yeah, please educate me on that. I want to know. I really hate how they did all this, chat. I think it's unacceptable. Let's see what C-Dog had to say as well.
I
We're not
woke
gonna
up
watch the whole
today
thing.
And I was looking at Twitter, as you do, as one man shouldn't start his morning.
Yeah, I don't want to start my morning that way either.
Streamer drama. There was like a Twitch rivals drama. I don't know if you guys know about
this. Everybody has the right to be upset about this. I really think so. Everybody that was part of this has the right to be upset. It was very unprofessional.
All right, I'll explain, because I think most of you are normal and are healthy and reasonable adults. So I'll kind of explain.
Yeah, how did they
I
do
feel
that
like
though, Walk? Tell me all about it.
Because I have something I want to add. Basically,
I'd be
there's gonna
mad.
a Twitch
Either
rival-
way, as a pro or content creator, I'd be mad about that. Especially when there's like a lot of money on the
which we've done
line.
before, which is normally a thing that Twitch gathers a bunch of streamers, tells them, hey, compete in this thing, there'll be some prize money.
Yeah, I feel bad for Doki. She just took one for the team, you know, which is respectable.
They had a rule set, which was you were only
But
allowed
the fact she was put in that situation to begin with is really f***ed up.
2 Grandmaster players, and then they turned the rules to 4 Grandmaster players, like the day before, and then they, I guess, went back. I'm not fully understanding what happened. All I know is that they made a mess of the rules. And we obviously, you know, here at the She-Dog VA channel, we're familiar with the balancing of Twitch rivals teams. We've, I think we've had a couple of Twitch rivals where we've competed where maybe
exactly,
the teams were
Stone
not
Cold.
so balanced, and it was a pretty miserable experience for me. I guess it happened again.
So he's already telling about his experience past time, which wasn't great. But what I want to tell you guys about is how this could have been made right. So number one, delay the event, right? I'm going to tell you an instance of something that I had that I was literally there for. So what happened was the TOs had like a bunch of setups for Super Smash Bros, right? This was an IRL tournament that I was running the media for. So I was running the stream and, you know, all this other stuff for. And what happened was there's a bunch of people with their setups and a bunch of people were playing and yada, 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 right? Starting the tournament on day one. This is a 2-day tournament. They found out that 2 of the setups had like newer TVs and they were lagging. Like the input delay was really bad, which can happen on newer TVs that are maybe a bigger screen, stuff like that. It can cause a really big problem. Do you know what the TOs did? They said, you know what? We're really sorry. These sets have not gone so far. What we're going to do is we're going to have you replay the sets and let me put you on actual setups to work. And I felt like that was really good because they tried to actually remedy the situation and address it right then and there. Like, it wasn't necessarily anybody's fault, but they tried to do the best thing that they could, you know what I mean? Like, there are ways to fix situations, but Twitch literally just said, nah, back, forth, this, that, it's okay. We'll just f everybody over. Who cares? But anyway, chat, really messed up situation all around. Now, luckily, Doki did make a post. She said this was her final statement. She did say, look, I thought about it for a long time, but I make one last statement. I was invited to the tournament last minute when the rules allowed 4+ diamonds and above. I was not aware of the old rules and asked for the team list to gauge how competitive it was going to be. I saw some teams that were stacked already and I tried to make a team that followed the guidelines I was given. When I got the invitation, I was playing with a few people who were helping me into top 500. They ended up being on my team since I asked them to join me during my rank session. During the chat the last week, I was told by multiple people, my teammates, that rumors were being spread that I was going to be DQ'd on Saturday, or that the Twitch staff was planning on making me change my teammates. My teammates got worried and asked if this was true, since people were saying that to them, so I messaged staff multiple times and quadruple check, chat, quadruple check. Everything was reassured it was not the case, and that these were just rumors, and that my team was in the guidelines and that nothing will happen. Even before confirming my team officially, I asked if this was okay, I was given the exact same reassurance. I was relieved, organized scrims, with my team did VOD reviews and made strategies for the tournament. Being told with less than 24 hours that it was indeed happening just felt depressing, since I felt like everything I did, I did everything I could to avoid this exact situation. I feel so bad for her, guys. Like, I feel like I want to give you an example. Let's say that we all sit down today and I'm like, guys, I have a really, really big Super Smash Bros. Tournament. I'm going to train for it. I'm going to do VOD review. I'm going to spend 2 weeks worth of streaming it just to get ready for this tournament. And then be told, oh, by the way, you know, you practice for singles. This tournament is now doubles and with items. Yeah, this is Twitch Rivals. I understand those who dropped out will still be compensated, but I didn't join the tournament for money. And you know, for a Doki, Doki is like one of the biggest, if not the biggest FPS VTuber out there. So this is more about pride, right? It's not for money for them. We already know that. I was even given the option to join a random team and need a higher rank to make up for it. I want to play with a team I made with people I'm comfortable with. I just enjoyed the game so much. And as a content creator, it's rare for me to be invited to these types of tournaments and to be able to compete at a high level, since I'm not a pro, but yet I have a high rank. But I mean, the pro category is just always such a detriment to any team I join, because I cannot perform at a level like that, if ever. Which is fair, right? Again, they're competitive. They're at a high level, but they're not a pro. There's so little opportunities to compete for those who are content creators, but aren't as skilled as regular pros, but are grouped within that category. And I just want to experience a competitive environment again for a game I'm really passionate about. You know, honestly, chat, I think this is how I'm going to function my tournaments. There will be a cutoff, I would probably say, below Grandmaster. You have to be below Grandmaster to actually enter. Because I do want a pro, or I do want a competitive environment. I want it to be a little bit more friendly. I don't want it to be all about pro. I decided to drop out because the team I made was not a team full of big streamers. I was a team that wanted to do well for an opportunity to have eyes on them and a big event, potentially grow from it and have a chance to win a bigger prize money. I wanted to be able to have that opportunity, since I've already been fortunate enough to be lucky and experience lots of support and growth because of you guys. Even if I'm not able to participate, I hope you guys support the rest of the teams and cheer them on. And Doki did finally decide to cap all of this off with her very final tweet about this that said, I'm no longer sad. No longer sad, with some yummy, yummy food. So, guys, please support everybody that's part of the event. But I think we need to support the event, but also be very clear and loud that we are upset with how Twitch is running it. You can do both, chat. There's an in-between. You can still support the streamers, you can still support people, but you can also be vocal about Twitch treating people wrong here. So I really hope the best for Doki and everybody that's part of this. My heart goes out to them. I'd be really upset, especially as somebody that has played in an FGC competitively before. To be treated that way is just awful. It's awful, chat.